What is going on, YouTube? I apologize about taking so long. I've been procrastinating. The truth of the whole deal is this isn't going to make me look like the smartest human being, but I ain't never been the smartest human being. As I said in the beginning, there's a lesson to be learned. If you can take something from this, then it's well worth me looking like an idiot. And it's not the first time I'm going to look like a jackass, but that's okay. And before I get into it, what's the most you've won from a casino and walked out of? Or what's the most you've won and lost your ass or made the stupidest bets you made? If you have anything, let me know. I'm interested to hear. Give me something to read while I'm sitting getting loaded at shippers and receivers. But anyway, let's get back to it, right? So my truck wasn't going to be ready for 3 to 4 more weeks. So I decided to go to the one casino that I passed by, which was the Buffalo Run Casino right there on I-44. Right when you get into Oklahoma from Missouri. 20 miles from the state line. Not a big casino, not a small one, medium size. Got a hotel, got a restaurant, got anything you need to qualify as a decent casino. So I go in there, I think I have $6,000 to $7,000 left. Play a few of those, and this was all slots at this point, but that changes when we get into it. Played a few of the regular slots, decided to go in their high limit room. The highest slot they have is a $50 pool machine. 9 lines, real simple, 9 lines, has red respins in their little bonus game that'll randomly pop up with 3 diamonds. I'm sure some of you know what I'm talking about. One of the diamonds is like a $200 payout. The middle one would be like a medium size, $350, $500. And the last one's anywhere between $1,200 to $10,000. And it will do it randomly. So I go to that machine, put in $1,000. Within 4 minutes, I hit the bonus game, hit like a $2,500 jackpot. Cool. 10 minutes later, same thing. Except it was like an $1,800 jackpot. And it happened again, and again, and again, and again. And I sat there all day. All day. And actually, I was there for probably a good 2 weeks. I didn't leave this casino, but this was the start. I think that day I probably made another $20,000 in cash and handed me $100 bills. So they gave me a free room, right? Went to sleep, woke up the next day, again. Jackpot after jackpot, to where I was under the assumption that they probably thought I was cheating, where the guard would walk by, and they even had the main casino slot machine guy come, and he was just saying he was talking to me, but it looked suspicious as fuck that thing was going off so much. And I told him, like, you can search me, you can check me, like, dude, I don't know, it doesn't make sense, I think this machine's broke. And he said, his exact words was, it's probably just been taking money and now it's spitting it out. And I'll be damned if it wasn't spitting it out. I'll put the paper for Buffalo Run. This is 2 weeks, and this is not even half the story there. But so if you look at Buffalo Run Casino, I'll pull it up here now. In total, they say I won and lost $253,156.80. In cash, they paid me out $37,655 bucks. All that was from one single solitary slot machine. All right, so I was there for 2 days, or this was the second day. And I think I played it for some more, and then the third day came around. And I mean, I can only push a button and watch the same thing spin so many times where it's like, well, fuck. Like, it's a casino. There's plenty of ways to lose money or make money, and I haven't even ventured into the table games yet. So I see roulette. And I go, and I pockets full. I had so much money, and this isn't boasting, this is just a visual representation. I had so much money that the guard, at least for me, so much money, that the guard came by, the security guard, and was like, sir, would you like a bag? Because we see you're having trouble keeping it all stored in your pockets. After a couple grand, your wallet quits working. So I had me a bag full of $100 bills. And I go to the roulette table, right? Start playing roulette. Slot machines, you don't know what's happening, right? You got a 1 in 5,000 shot of hitting a jackpot. There's no rhyme or reason, right? You're just hitting a button. With roulette or blackjack or table games, right? There's a little bit more planning that you can do. It's still rigged to where you have a smaller percentage than the casino. The house edge is always there. But in my head, it's a little more intelligent or a little more smarter to put your money there and try to win some money than just feeding it into a slot machine. And after all that money I put into that one and all the money I got out, it was like, I'm good. So I started playing roulette for the next 2 or 3 days and winning more money and losing money and winning more money and losing money. So it happened, and not only did it happen 3 times in a row, but it happened 100 times what it was the first 2 times. And now I'm playing a game where I can actually have a little bit of planning and strategize, if you will. It's all random, but you can place bets and put chips where at least the percentage of that you might win is a lot higher, or at least bigger than you losing. So I would go back to the hotel room, look up roulette strategies, and had enough money to implement those strategies and see if they worked, or if they didn't work, I could transfer. I wasn't. It's a whole lot different betting $100 out of $20,000 than betting your last $100. Right? It's mentally, you have a little more freedom. It's not your last. You ain't gonna go broke. So I'm loving roulette. I'm hooked on roulette, playing the shit out of it. And all the time, casino wants their money back. So every day I'm getting free brooms. Every day, here, have another one. You still got more money. We want you to stay here. Truck still wasn't going to be ready. Still wasn't on their list. So I'm on cloud 9. Right? Life's good. I ain't broke. There's no chance I could go broke playing roulette unless I like do some really, really stupid bets, and I wasn't at that point yet. And I wasn't bored, but during my time driving a truck, I managed to meet someone who's very special to me. A woman who also drives a truck, and that'd be a whole nother 3-part series. But like we're like fire in a bottle, right? Everything is very contained and very explosive, and both of us are very, very hard-headed, if you will, but there's an attraction there that I can't explain. And this was like 3 to 4 months after I met her, and I had the bright idea. Well, I got all this money, I got all this time, I should invite her, right? Look, I'm not a sociable person. I've never been in a situation to where I'd go out to clubs and shit like that, or hang out with a group of 10 or so people. So hey, this special person that I've met and feels amazing with, let me invite her and show her the wonderful world of casinos. And I had the money to do it. So, call her up. Well, she doesn't, something happened where she wasn't going to show up. Okay, cool. You weren't going to show up. So I spent another week at Buffalo Run playing roulette. And I'd play a slot machine here and there. Losing money, winning money, losing money, winning money. Still had plenty of money. Still had thousands of dollars in my bank account. So a week goes by. I haven't left. So I guess when you could say you're on a heater or your luck's going good, it stayed going good there. And if I think about it now, the only reason it went bad is because my stupid ass decisions. But so a week goes by, and I finally talk her into coming to meet Old Tiptoe at the casino. She shows up. I think I give her like $1,500 right before we even walk in the door. Here, take that. Show her roulette. Turns out she likes roulette, if not as much as me, just as much as me. And we sit there all night playing roulette and enjoying the hell out of it. Enjoying the fuck out of it. We wake up the next day. They don't start roulette till like 8 p.m. Well, fuck, there's the downstream casino 20 miles away. Let's go there. We call them. They have roulette ready to rock and roll. So we go play roulette. Now I got a whole new host of slot machines to fuck with. I still got a pocket full of cash. Man, that was like, so we go over there and we start playing roulette. We go out to their little steakhouse, spend $900 on a steak dinner and fancy shit. And it was, in my head, a dream come true to be able to, a special, as cool as it was winning that money and winning those jackpots, it was that much cooler being able to spend it and spend the time with someone who I generally give a fuck about, and I would think that she gives a fuck about me. And just to experience that with someone, not just a random stranger, was worth its weight in gold. And I think we stayed there I think it was 2 or 3 days. I'd win a couple jackpots. I'll put that one on the screen right now. The Buffalo, or the downstream casino. So at the downstream casino, they said I won and lost $91,648. I always thought it was just the number that they handed you in cash, but apparently the IRS looks at the big number on these paperwork. So I'll update you when I get IRS update. Jackpot, $7,519. So even while we were playing roulette, I would leave and go win more money on jackpots. I think we might have stayed there 2 or 3 days. And when people use the word like fairy tales and shit like that, like that's a little cheesy, but in my mind it was amazing. It was simply amazing. Like it couldn't get any higher than it was. A pocket full of money and the woman you love right next to you, enjoying what you're enjoying and just experiencing it. And then I won't get into I don't like putting other people's business, even though it's half my business, out there, because it's not appropriate. But let's just put it this way: with me and her, we got in an argument. Shit went a little south. At one of these mornings when I woke up, she decided she wanted to go back to her truck and she wanted to leave. Okay, so she went back to her truck and wanted to leave. At this point, I think I still had like $10,000, $11,000, $12,000. This is after burning through money. But now I'm angry. Right now I'm pissed. Because a picture-perfect scenario, a picture-perfect situation, through my own actions I have ruined this. Right? Through my own actions I have turned this into, she's pissed, I'm pissed. Right? Truck still ain't coming, won't even see it for like 2 or 3 weeks. So I do what any idiot would do. I go back to the casino and start drinking like a fucking madman. Like I just shot after shot after shot. And I take my last 12,000 and I put it all in chips. And put it all on the roulette table. And start drinking. When some dealer came up and she spun the ball, and in my drunken stupor, I was like, you're only gonna hit high numbers. So I started betting $2,000 on 19 to 36 every spin. And for 7 consecutive spins, it hit right where I was putting it. So I went from $12,000 to like 24 or 25,000 in chips. And I was hammered. And then the dumbest thing I've done my whole life, instead of like leaving right there, you know, like fuck, or going to get a room, I sat there and I started betting bigger. Alcohol had something to do with that one, that's for sure. And before I know it, instead of winning a bunch, I started losing a bunch. And within that, say, it took me maybe 15 minutes to win another $12,000, $13,000. And in another 15 minutes, it was all gone. And in my drunken stupor, okay, cool, I still got a few $1,000s in my bank account. Let me go get that. And I could turn this around. Lost that in the next 5 minutes. So after this whole thing, after the whole shebang, after winning and losing, right? After the time in California where I said I wouldn't put myself in this position, I would walk out with some money. Full circle. Not only did I not listen the second time, the third time, but after 3 weeks of straight winning and straight cash in my fucking pocket, what did I do? I lost every penny I had. You think the casino wanted to give me a room after that? They got what they wanted. And then my truck's going to be ready in 2 weeks, and I don't got it. And if you don't want to own a truck or start driving a truck if you ain't got a little money to put away for repairs, and I didn't have any, so I was living on a prayer at that point. I had to borrow money from people. I went from the highest to highs to the lowest to lows immediately, within 15 minutes. Every good thing I've told you was gone. And now I had to figure out how to survive the next 2 weeks without a dollar. That was a rough 2 weeks. And then when I got the truck, I had to pray that not a single thing went wrong when I got this truck, because I didn't have a dollar to pay for it. Luckily for me, it went well. I was able to crawl out of my hole and build back up a nice stack of cash without gambling. But because of the situation, because of the amount of luck I had, that pool was there. And it's still there now. I'm not going to lie to you. And in what I do, I drive by casinos all the time. All the time. But I didn't understand the effects of winning that much money mentally, what it does to your mind when you win a little bit of money. So if I had a little extra cash, I would go back to a casino. Because it was so easy the first 3 times. The most I ever put in was $1,000. And I ended up winning this much or that much or that much or that much. But now I'm not happy when mentally I wanted to get back to at least 20 grand in $100 bills. And it didn't matter if I won 2 grand, 3 grand, 4 grand, 5 grand. It wasn't giving me the dopamine rush that winning $20,000 or having all that money in my pocket. So I would feed into it. Even, I can remember going to the casino in Kansas City, the Ameristar Casino, with $1,000. Made another $3,000 in 10 minutes off a fucking slot machine. And was like, fuck that. I'm going to take all this and I'm going to go bet on the $200 spin one. Because I wasn't at that stupid goal I put in my head. When if I would have just walked out of there, it would be okay. And that situation would continue to happen. I'm lucky to have the job that I have. Because like if I were to work a regular making $20 an hour or the amount of money that I used to make, it would ruin me, right? I wouldn't have the ability to do what I do or go do stupid decisions like that. But because I get a fat ass check every once in a while, I got a little money that I can pray and hope that it'll happen again. But for the past 3-4 months, even when I win $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, mentally that's not where I'm at. That's not winning. Because I've won so much. I get a little $200 mini jackpot. That's the hit the button again, right? Go to roulette because I know I can win $15,000 in roulette in 10 minutes. It takes money to make money, and it takes a lot of money to lose money too. And I would sit here and say, I was thinking about telling y'all, like, if I could take anything back, it would be, I wish I never won in the beginning, because then I wouldn't have that expectation. And then I wasn't going to tell y'all that, but I'm going to tell y'all that. Like, be happy if you go to a casino and walk out with 100 extra bucks or 200 extra bucks. Or if you win 10 grand, leave, right? Don't pull a tiptoe. Don't be me. And you ain't gonna be happy unless. So I was chasing like 80 grand in my pocket, and then going through taxes, I had $485,000 flow through my hands in 3 weeks. But it wasn't all at the same time. I got 20. Let me spend some more. Okay, I'm back at 20. Let me spend some more. I'm back at 20. You win $500, leave. You win 1,000, leave. And when you walk into a casino, look around. Your history is walking out the door. It's going to be one of two things. You're either going to have a bunch of money, you're going to get a free room, or you're going to be looking at your phone wondering why the fuck you just pulled out everything you have. And when you're walking in there, you'll see them. You'll see them sitting on the benches. I've been on both places. Been in both places. But because it happened so easily, and I ran into a stroke of luck that was unfathomable, mentally, it's like all it takes is one good hit. Right? All it takes is one little knock. So if you go to it became a problem almost, where like if I would see a casino, I knew what the possibility was. I've never went in and just lost. But eventually, after going and not hitting it, right, I started spending. With all that money, I put in $2 grand. And then like 2 months after, it's like, okay, I'm putting in another $2 grand. Now we're getting into actually losing a decent amount of money here. So it kind of almost became a problem because I can't bet $10. I can't bet $2 to spin anymore. I've ruined that. That doesn't make me happy. I got to bet $50 a spin. I got to bet $100 a spin on roulette. I got to make a decent amount of money to walk out that bitch. And in my stupid ass head, a decent amount of money is thousands and thousands. It's not even $5 grand because I've made that and set there. I want to be able to take a year off. I'm an idiot. I have the highest expectations for a situation when the fact that if you win it all, you're winning statistically because the casino is going to win. The house edge is always there. And yeah, I mean, that's the story of how I, like if you add up all four of those sheets, it's like right at 450,000, maybe almost close to $500,000. I thought it was just what they paid out in cash. Turns out it's all of it. What you win, what you lost, and if you lost $2 and then won $3 and then lost another $4, IRS says, hey, you just won $3 and you got to pay tax. So we'll see. I've talked to the tax man. He doesn't seem as stressed out as I do about it. So we'll see what happens. But it was the craziest 3 weeks of my life when I went to that Buffalo Run casino. Craziest 3 weeks of my life. It could happen. Can you win big at a casino? Absolutely. Right? Can you go in and bet $2 and win $1 million? You can. Chances are extremely low. Right? Be careful, and like you young guys, I've been watching a lot of shit where like you have those people online now who will show you online gambling, and they're winning jackpot after jackpot after jackpot. That isn't reality. If you're a young kid and wait until you're 18 to go in there, be careful, man. That shit will suck you up and spit you out, and they'll smile at you while they're doing it. But that was my story at casinos and how it damn near bankrupted me, but I was smart enough to pull out. Not that damn smart, but smart enough to regain my senses and only go there every once in a while. If I told you I will never go to a casino again, that'd be lying. Because it only takes one good hit. But I know I'm not going to go in there. I'll go in there with $100 maybe. But for a while there, it was like, let me pull out $3-4 grand and we're going to make it happen again. And it wasn't happening. Like, those 3 weeks were the luckiest 3 weeks of my life. And I've just came to accept that. And that was a missed 3 must opportunities just to have a nice pocket of cash, and I could have went on so many vacations or this, that, and the other. And yeah, so these and those other 2 videos are how I won and lost about $500,000. And didn't have shit to show for it, but a good story. So be careful if you go in and you win any money at all at a casino, leave. Especially if you win like 10 to 25,000, leave. Your mind's gonna tell you go bet bigger, you're gonna win more, and you might, but it's gonna be that much quicker just to lose your ass. Now, if you're sitting on millions of dollars, hey, do what you want. But if you're going in with everything you got, be real careful. Because the casino ain't going to help you when you're sitting there broke as shit. And that's all I got. That's the story I have. So, sorry it took me so long. That's Tiptoes Casino Story of 2023. If I go back and win some more money, I'll try to post it. And then now we're going to go back to trucking shit. And try to come back and post some more videos and get back on the old horse. But yeah, 2023. Like 490,000 I've won and didn't have a penny to show for it. But when I look back on my life, that makes the most sense. It wouldn't be me if I were to have all that money sitting in, like, invested. That's not what I do. It was a fun time, though. I will say that. Like, you can't, I don't know the price you can put on memories, but they'll always be in here. And if I could take you with me, I would. And, yeah, so that's all I got. Like I said, if you have a good gambling story, let me know how much you won, how much you lost. If you stuck around for the whole thing, I appreciate it. Leave a like, subscribe if you want. But yeah, let me know how your situations have gone if you've won a bunch of money and if you saved it and you were smarter than me. Y'all have a good one. Be safe. Tiptoe Tim, for I'm gone. Y'all take it easy.